Welcome to Whispers of the Web, where the hidden gems of the web come to life. Join us as we unravel the most fascinating tales, secrets, and discussions from across the web. Every whisper has a story. If you enjoy our journey through the whispers of the web, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the intrigue. Story number 1. I stole the donations made to our company, and I don't know if I should keep it or not. My mom died a year ago from breast cancer, and my dad basically left me to care for my younger siblings. I live paycheck to paycheck, and my credit card bank already hired a collections agency to call me every day. I'm still in a huge debt due to my mom's cancer treatments for 2 years. I'm a few $100s lacking for our rent, but I seriously only have around $20 in my name. I'm desperate and don't know what to do. We don't have any relatives or friends that could help us. Recently, our company hosted a donation drive for Christmas, and I received around $200, enough to get me and my siblings through. I have it with me right now, but I'm still debating if I should use it or not. The company won't be able to track it because these were all given to me anonymously in cash, but I still feel bad. I know it would help my family so much, but I can't stomach thinking that if my mom could see me right now doing what I'm doing, she'd be disgusted of me. Edit. Each employee is responsible for collecting the donations, and I was able to collect the $200. The donation drive was not connected to my current living situation but for Christmas. Update. Thank you everyone for talking me out of it. I haven't been myself these past few days, but I'll do my best to hang on for my little family. I'll turn the donations in first thing tomorrow and try to talk to my landlord. You were all so kind to a stranger. I never knew how much I needed it until now. It's really nice to hear that this poster returned the money. That is very admirable. Hopefully they can find a way to more significantly help their family get by that doesn't involve stealing. If someone else were in this same situation, I am not sure they would have made the same decision, or even if I would have. Would any of you consider pocketing cash donations to benefit your family, especially if your income is as low as this poster's is? Story number 2. I made a KFC worker clean my poo, and it's been on my mind for months. I, 21 male, live in a small southern Missourian town an hour south of St. Louis. It's a small town where you go to surrounding small towns to run errands. Me and my girlfriend, 22 female, were heading home from a grocery store 2 towns over. On the way back, I felt the unsettling chirp from the devil himself through my butthole. I got off the highway and went to a gas station to get gas and poop. We went in, paid for gas, and I tried to poop, but someone was in the bathroom. Went outside and pumped gas, and afterwards I went back inside, but the bathroom was still locked. At this moment it was do or die. It felt like holding it in was an Olympic sport. There was a KFC right next to this gas station, so I go drive my car there and park. Immediately I run inside, leaving the car running with my girlfriend inside. I run towards the bathroom, and the stall was out of order, and in this moment I had to make a decision to A. Poo my pants, or B. Poop in the broken toilet. I went back to my car with clean pants, and my girlfriend noticed I looked disgruntled. She asked me what was wrong, and I said, I just pooped in a toilet that was out of order, and now some KFC employee is gonna have to clean my poo out of a toilet. I almost started crying. This was about 4 to 6 months ago, and it always lingers in the back of my mind. And to the KFC employee that had to clean that 6-minute-long monster turd, I'm sorry. I wasn't laughing until I read monster turd. I used to work in a restaurant and was in charge of the cleaning, including the bathrooms. There were so many times that I regretted working there just because of how bad the bathrooms were. But I understand your internal embarrassment and shock in this situation. At least you got this load off. Story number 3. I broke a bully's head and lied about it, and never got any repercussion when I was 6. I'll keep this short. Basically, the entirety of neighborhood kids pulled up to my house to play in the garden, but we purposefully made sure we didn't invite this one bully who annoyed everybody. Kid comes to the door with a fear of missing out, and starts ringing the doorbell, so much so my mom came outside angry to see who was doing that. I explained and told her I'll deal with it. I grabbed a heavy metallic sphere thingy and threw it into the air so it went over the wall surrounding the house. It lands, and the next sound we all heard was a scream. Calm and peace washes over us as the bully isn't bothering us, and nothing comes of it. Next day, a lady was walking in the neighborhood and she asked me if I knew the kid because his head was broken and she wanted to know what had happened. I simply denied knowing anything of it. I never told a soul about it. End of story. I could have gone in detail, but I don't know if y'all's ADHD would follow through with the story. Edit. I did see him some time later, and his head was heavily bandaged. It sounds to me like these kids and the poster were the bullies. I first read this as their hand was broken, not their head. What exactly made this other kid a bully? Excluding a kid and injuring him because you think he's annoying is what most people would define as bullying. If you asked me, someone should know what you did and what kind of a person you really are. You seem to have absolutely no remorse for injuring someone, and that's deplorable. And what kind of a mom lets a 6-year-old kid deal with someone they don't want there? What do you guys think? Do any of you think the bully is the poster? Story number 4. I used to trick a man into sending me PSN cards when I was a teen. When I was 14, my dad got me a PlayStation 4, but I had no games to play. So I used to spend a lot of my time playing a free beta game online called PlayStation Home. It's basically kinda like the game Sims, but online. Everything is virtual, but you pay real money to buy virtual things like clothes, special customizations, house, apartment, etc. You can also interact with people all over the world in public virtual areas. When you type, a little bubble appears above your avatar's head in which anyone can see nearby. Anyway, I was using a girl avatar to troll and I met this Arabic man who was in his 30s who claimed to be rich. At first he was teaching me Arabic language, then it escalated to this weird dom sub kink that he had. I had no idea what any of that meant when I was a teen, but he wanted me to call him master and make my avatar do certain gestures, and in return he would buy me PSN cards, usually $50 cards. They are like gift cards which you redeem the code and can buy things for PlayStation, so he basically just sent me the code. Sometimes he would tell me how to spend the PSN cards, like what outfits to buy for my avatar, which were usually skimpy outfits. I did everything he asked. I was just excited to download digital games from the PSN cards that he would give me. I did, however, spend most of his money on PlayStation Home content. This went on for a long time. Eventually I stopped spending so much time in that virtual world as I got older and wanted real-life experiences. I eventually stopped signing online in PlayStation, but I found out years after that PlayStation Home closed way back in 2015, and it's crazy thinking about it because thousands of users were active and spent a lot of time and money on that game which they can't play anymore. I regret what I did to get PSN cards, even though it was all just in that virtual game. This honestly makes me feel gross. I wonder if the man knew this was some 14-year-old kid, and if not, then he was getting off on those avatar interactions. This poster doesn't seem to realize just how gross this was and what they were providing to that man by allowing that dynamic. This is one of the main reasons online games where you can type whatever you want is so dangerous to kids. This gave me the shivers. Story number 5. I went through my mom's phone and I regret it. My dad is in prison, but I'm not gonna get into that today. They have divorced on paper. They still love each other, they told me, and they only divorced so my mom could get financial help from the government, since we're struggling money-wise. But today I was on a call with my dad, and after we hung up I went through her Snap out of curiosity, and saw horrible messages I feel disgusted by, like for example, "I am so boring that I only let you blank in my mouth. You're so hot. Meet up again at 8 p.m. and more." And that was only my mom's text. I blocked the guy on her phone, and she confronted me about it. I then told her about the messages I saw and whatnot. Now I'm ignoring her while she blames only me without saying anything. And I'm left constantly imagining it in my head, being angry at her and sad. I regret my actions and I wish I never looked. What a day. This sounds like an incredibly complicated situation. So this poster's parents are still together but divorced? If the mom is now seeing someone else but they told their kid that they were only divorcing for financial reasons, then this poster has every right to be upset about his mom's perceived infidelity. However, sometimes snooping gets you exactly what you don't want: misery. I think it would be best to sit down with your mom and ask her why she is seeing someone else if her and your dad are still together. That can help you better understand the situation. But it sounds like such a complicated situation all around, and that probably involves a lot of complicated emotions, so it'll be a good idea to ask your mom about family therapy. Story number 6. I've been lying to my therapist about a situation that's been bothering me. I don't know how to tell my therapist I had sex as a 16-year-old. I lost my virginity this summer and regret it truly, and have prayed so much since then, as I've grown up being taught that sex is bad and am in a community where having sex is a huge scandal and means you are a whore. This has been on my mind and taken a toll on me, as the guy I did it with was a situationship who I did not know was taken at the time. I really don't know why I did it. I think my loneliness took control, but I really do regret it and feel shame. I want to tell my therapist about this because it's making me super anxious and scared. I really do wish my first time was more special than it was and with someone special. And now it's so hard to live with the fact I feel dirty and stupid for losing it so soon, especially with the loser guy I did it with. I'm scared my therapist will think differently of me, especially because I told her I never did anything with this guy, and because I really regret it, and I don't want her to judge me because I feel like this will definitely make me look bad. I really can't talk about this with anyone I know, so I sort of have to suffer in silence about it. I'm scared anyone I know will even find this. I'm so upset I lost my innocence to someone I don't even speak to anymore, and I feel horrible, especially with the fact he was taken and now there is drama with the girl. That's also causing me so much anxiety that it causes me to throw up. My therapist is a nice and sweet lady. I don't think she would judge me, but I've already made points to her about how people always make rumors about me, which is true, and I don't want her to start agreeing with those people and for me to make myself look bad to her. Also, not to mention, he told his friends, and I just get so paranoid everyone around me knows, and obviously I'll deny it to anyone who asks, but this pressure is literally too much. Edit. This is my first post, and I literally would have never expected to go on Reddit of all places to talk about this, or anything in general, but thank you so much for the kind people helping me understand better. I appreciate it so much, it's genuinely helping a lot. I also am aware of cultural purity, and I usually am against all of that as I don't take religion in a cult-like way, but I still consider myself Catholic because it is also a part of my culture. Update. I told my therapist about it, and she was honestly so sweet about it, and so understanding, and she helped me out so much. She was not judgmental at all, and told me she was 16 once too. I'm so grateful for her, and all these comments. This is such a good post to end on, knowing that this poster was going through so much anxiety and stress about this situation that they were literally getting sick, but that they are now feeling seen, understood, and validated, is so heartwarming. We were all 16 once, and I am sure many of us have plenty of confessions we can share from our teenage years. Purity culture is such a strange concept because men don't seem to have the same standards that women do. The woman needs to be a virgin, the man does too, but it's not as big of a deal because people claim it can be proven that a woman is still a virgin. It's such an old-fashioned and misogynistic concept. Thank you for joining us for today's journey through the whispers of the web. Share your thoughts and suggestions for our next adventure. If you're not yet a part of our whispering community, click the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications to never miss out on another story. Join us next time as we uncover another enthralling tale from the web. Until our next whisper.